What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm D-Rod. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This video is going to be a little bit different from my other videos. Just like it says on the title, there's going to be some Easter eggs and references from Wandavision. Might be some spoilers, so if you haven't seen Wandavision, go check it out on Disney+. Finally, we get Phase 4 started, and finally we have more MCU to watch. Because I don't know if you guys were like me, I was rewatching Star Wars, I was rewatching all the MCU movies, and just like the title says, Easter eggs that we missed. I say we because I'm also included in that. Some things I caught on, some things I had to do my research on. I'm like, oh. You know, you get that feeling when you kind of know, but then it kind of clicks on you, and then you're like, ah. So I had this moment quite a few times. Some were like, okay, this means something. You gotta check it out. I did some research. I'm here to help you guys out, so let's get started. If you guys want to see more collectibles, reviews, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that little bell after you have subscribed. Like this video as well. Also, I hope I could be doing more of these videos. Let's get started with WandaVision. These are not going to be in any particular order. They might be in order, they might not be in order. I might jump back and forth. As the opening, mostly on episode 2, which was the opening of the little cartoony effect. That's how Bewitched, the TV show from the 60s, started. WandaVision gives a big reference to Bewitched. Maybe a lot of us were not even born yet. I never seen the show, but I read about it. I saw some episodes, I saw the opening. Yeah, I had to go dig deep into my research in order to do this video. Now the next one, kind of very quick, but smart. Wanda hits Vision with the plate, it breaks. Vision's line is, "My wife and her flying sorcerers." Wanda replies back with, "My husband and his indestructible head." Now that, it's a reference to Infinity War, because Thanos came and fucking took that stone from Vision by crushing his head. So if you listen to the dialogue carefully, you'll hear how she emphasizes those words, "my husband and his indestructible head." Watch it again and listen to that line, how she delivers it. Big thing right there. Now this next one is pretty cool because it's on Vision's wardrobe. It's on his tie. This also references back to the comic where Vision created his own family. That tie that he has when he's at work, it has a little symbol in the middle. It's not the same symbol as the one in the comics. It's slightly altered just to look a little bit different. But the reference is right there, so it's referring to Vision, you know, when created his own family. Now this next one is actually a big reference to I Love Lucy. This show, which back in the day there was a whole thing with they would never show a husband and a wife sleeping in the same bed. Hence why in episode 2, the opening, they're both in a separate bed. They're in the same room but separate bed. That was because back in the day they didn't want to translate being in the same bed equals to sex. So it was very, very delicate back in the day. That's why you saw the 2 beds. She does a little matching, puts the beds together. That's a little reference to I Love Lucy. It's at the end of episode 2, which is when everything goes back into color. That's referring to how her reality warp works. Just like in the comics, you see the red, it goes. So that's a big reference to the comics. Pretty awesome to have that in there too. That's all for the reference. Now let's go into the Easter eggs, which this is the pretty cool stuff that I enjoyed doing my research on and sharing it with you guys. So the first one is the calendar, August 23rd. I knew something was up with that, I just couldn't figure it out until I had to do my research again. August 23rd, there was a heart on it. There was the whole thing about it. They didn't know what they were celebrating, which turned out to be a meeting with Vision's boss, Mr. Hart. So the reference on that, the calendar, is Avengers 238. So August is month number 8, the date is 23, to put it together is Avengers issue 238. And what does that reference to? That reference back to the comic arc where Vision is recuperating from a fight against a nihilist. So that's a little reference to that. And there's a big old arc right there. I think they reference another one, which in that comment, Monica Rambeau, forgot her fucking to pronounce it. She's also in that story arc. So that calendar, Avengers 238. The next Easter egg is the toaster. I'm pretty sure a lot of you got the reference. It's a commercial for the toaster, but the toaster has Tony Stark's name on the toaster. Like they manufacture that toaster, and then it has a little red blinking light, and you hear the little sound as soon as they put the bread inside and they start toasting it, you could hear the little beep, and it starts getting louder and faster, louder and faster. And then it's kind of creepy how they show the shot of the lady like all normal, but it looks kind of, I don't know, creepy. It's funny because it's just her close up. Something has to mean on that. I don't know what yet, but something, maybe she's an agent, I don't know. The way they do that close up shot of her as you're hearing the beep go on and she's just like on normal. It's a cool little thing they did there. We're gonna have to see. Maybe she plays a bigger role. I don't know. To do a close up shot on her at that moment, something's up. The reference to this one is when Wanda and Quicksilver are telling Ultron back in Age of Ultron the story of how, you know, they lost their family, how that hit their home, and they were stuck under all that building for 2 days, and what was written on that bomb said Tony Stark or Stark Industries and never went off. That's the little reference they did there. You hear the beeping, and then bling, the toaster comes out. Nothing happened, no explosion, nothing sudden happened. So it's a little reference to that, which is pretty cool. Now this other reference, it's pretty badass. It was like they just threw it at you, like, here, look, you don't even have to go and searching deeper. So it's a Strucker watch. It's a reference to Baron Strucker, because he's the one that experimented on Wanda and Quicksilver. So it's a little reference to that as well. And on the watch, you could actually see the Hydra logo right in the bottom middle, and the time is at 2:42, which also references another comic, which is Avengers 242, also with Vision being reactivated. Another big reference on that one. It's still in the same arc as the Avengers 238, so it's all there. It's the same arc story, but that's a reference to it. It's pretty cool and like right in your face, like here. The other one, which was a pretty, I don't know if it was dark, but it was there. The hearts go to Wanda and Vision's home. You know, she's dressed on a very, very beautiful dress. By the way, Elizabeth Olsen is beautiful, and she could act, so she has the qualities. Knows how to act, and it's beautiful. Anyways, so on this one, it's the Sokovian tradition. She goes behind Mr. Hart, covers his eyes, and it's a little reference to back again Age of Ultron when Wanda went through to all the Avengers and then her little magic thing to mess with their heads. That's kind of little reference to what they're going to there. That's what they called it, the Sokovian tradition. I think this next one, everybody got it. I think this one was it had to be done, you know. It was the wine bottle. The wine bottle, possibly the biggest reference to this show because it references to House of M. House of M, a big comic series when Wanda almost obliterated every single mutant. That's what's going on this show. She's losing her mind. She's doing this reality that she wants to believe it exists because she's broken. So the wine bottle, it reads, I don't know, I don't speak French, so I'm sorry if I say it weird. It says Maison du Mépris. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Translates to House of Contempt. It's another word for scorn, neglect. So it's there, house of or misery, of scorn, neglect, misery. You could translate it to House of M. On the neck of the bottle, you see the M. Big ass M reference to the comics books, like it's right there. And I think that's one of the best references because that's the big connection from the MCU to the Marvel comics, which is pretty awesome. And we had to have that reference somehow, and they did have it. That's where they're getting their sources from, House of M. Now this next one is the finale of episode 1. When the credits start rolling, there's two things that happen there. One, didn't know this, but it once I started researching, it popped up. Abraham Brown, which is Black Tiger, part of the Sons of the Tiger in the comics. That kid also came out in Homecoming. He did survive the snap of Thanos, so he's now older. That was a big reference. It's said directed by him. The next Easter egg we see is some hands monitoring and writing stuff down. Now those hands look like a woman's hand. Speculation is that hands are of Kat Dennings, which is speculation that she is now working for a different organization. And she's the one that came out in Thor. She is Natalie Portman's intern. Time has passed, so right at the bottom left corner we see a logo, which is a SWORD logo. But SWORD is the next big badass organization that deals with extraterrestrial threats. you know, a shield, then a sword. So now that we see that little symbol not just popped up once or twice, but a couple of times on the episodes, for sure sword is involved now, and anything can happen now because the Marvel Universe has opened up to a bigger world. Now with that being said, Darcy got recruited by Sword and now she's working with them, and maybe those are the hands we see that are monitoring there. It has to be someone we've already know. It has to be, unless it's a new person. It's gonna be big, but I think it's gonna be Darcy being with Sword now, and Abe Brown being also recruited by Sword and having his name there. Now this other little reference or Easter egg comes from the second episode. After the whole bed scene, it's the opening, Bewitch, because that's how it opens, little cartoon opening. But as the animation intro's going on, when Vision is flying and he's getting through the walls, he's getting dressed, he comes down, right? So as he goes down, you could see the through the building. So he comes down and then you see the, like, very quick, so you have to pause it in order to see it. I'm showing you here the picture. You'll miss. I had to go back and watch it, and I was like, oh. But as soon as he comes down, you could see Galactus' helmet or head there. So that's another big reference, and also the speculation that in the next Ant-Man movie is gonna have Galactus as the bad guy. That's a pretty good reference right there. So we're on to you, Marvel. So it's pretty cool, a little Easter egg that they've been putting there. This next one is also from episode 2. The whole episode starts with a noise on the window, and Wanda wakes up, and then Vision goes look into it. Nothing happens. It's a tree branch. But towards the end of the episode, when Wanda goes out, she hears a big thud again, and she comes out and she finds this toy helicopter. Weird thing is that the toy helicopter is colored, meanwhile everything else is black and white. Now that helicopter also has a sword symbol in it. It's a fast glimpse that you have to see, but it has a sword symbol. What does it mean? Well, on the trailer we saw that like a big government agency. This whole thing, it's like when Thor's hammer came down and S.H.I.E.L.D. went and closed it down. This is the same thing Sword is doing. They probably closed it down. They're monitoring her right there. And so that helicopter's referencing that Sword and out of the reality of Wanda, it's trying to get in there. It's probably flying in and out or something. She looks at it like weird. That's what I got from that reference. Now this next one was pretty cool because I got it instantly, and I hope I'm right, and I'm pretty sure some of you got it. When Wanda and Vision are outside and she sees the manhole open, it's opening and some bees start coming out. See a guy in a looks like a beekeeper suit, also translate into a hazmat outfit. But what I got from it, that was AIM. I don't know, something they're trying to experiment on her, or AIM is in Sword, they're gonna infiltrate. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you got the same Easter egg as me. It's referencing to AIM, which we saw AIM in Iron Man 3. Aldrich Killian, you know, was the leader of creator of AIM. AIM has something big to do here, you know. It has to be something big. And the last one I got for you guys, which I left at the end because it's the best one for me, and I hope it's real, which I actually mentioned already before, is Mephisto. Who is this motherfucker? If you're new to the Marvel world, to the MCU, he is the devil of Marvel. He created Ghost Rider. He helped Thanos get the Infinity Stones, which in Infinity War, he was replaced by one of his children, because in the comics, Mephisto's the one who helps him out, and, you know, his... Oh, and the other thing is that we saw a little glimpse in Loki, which, check out this picture. This still from the trailer. If you see the trailer where Owen Wilson's character, it's in the church meeting I think a girl, and in the church window you can see this figure. You see the artwork. It looks like Mephisto. Hopefully, you know, he comes in because he plays a big role in Wanda, and Mephisto gave her or amplified her powers. You can't play with the devil, man. You go crazy. You'll lose. She said no more mutants, and oh, and another thing, when she says no, when the beekeeper's coming out of that manhole, and she says no, that's a big reference to no more mutants. If you didn't catch that, I'm telling you right now, because I caught it and I was like, because, you know, you see the little zoom in coming in on the camera, and then she's like, no. So it's a big reference to when she says no more mutants, which I thought was pretty awesome as well. I enjoyed doing this research, which took me a lot. I summarized it for you because I could have gotten bigger detail. Let me know in the comments below if I missed something, if you guys speculate something else, any theories that you guys have. I want to hear about it because I love hearing theories how this is going to play out with, because you start getting little pieces of puzzle, you're like, oh, you know, a little face you get. If I missed something, I'm sorry. Hopefully I could do more of these. Tell me in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, hit that little bell and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.